We are living in a time where almost anything can be created, edited, or simulated. With AI, we can create images, voices, even entire realities. And yet, for all of our advancement, one thing that bothers me is something sacred is quietly slipping away. We are losing our sense of awe. When the recent Artemis mission sent back pictures of the Earth and the Moon floating and radiant and vibrant, small against the vast darkness, some looked at it and said, "That's fake." Not because it wasn't beautiful, but because their hearts no longer knew how to receive beauty. Now, I'm not here to debate whether or not the mission is real or not. That's not the point of this devotion. I have always been fascinated in the space program and what it has achieved. And it gives me such a sense of awe because of this verse. Psalm 19:1 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God." Not suggest, not hint, declare. But if everything can be dismissed or filtered or explained away, then even glory starts to feel ordinary. Here's what we lose. We scroll past sunsets. We ignore the golden hour. We rush through the woods instead of sitting still long enough to notice the life moving all around us. Creation is speaking, but we are no longer listening. And this is deeper than nature, because when we lose all in God's creation, we begin to lose all with the Creator. Worship becomes routine. Prayer becomes transactional. The gospel becomes familiar instead of overwhelming. We don't drift all at once. We just slowly stop being amazed. We've become cynical. Why? Cynicism didn't just appear, it formed through overexposure. We see so much so fast that nothing feels special anymore. When everything is amazing, nothing is amazing. We're cynical through artificial saturation. When images can be generated and reality can be manipulated, we begin to question everything. And eventually we stop trusting what is actually real. Sometimes it's through distraction. We rarely give anything our full attention. All requires stillness, but we live in constant noise. How about through familiarity? We've seen sunsets our whole lives, so we assume we've fully seen them, but we haven't. We just stopped noticing. Through guarded hearts. Cynicism can feel like wisdom. It protects us from being naive, but it also keeps us from being moved. So instead of wonder, we default to skepticism. Instead of worship, we default to analysis. And slowly we lose the ability to be stunned by God. We were in Atlanta last week, and I saw this clearly watching my kids at the Georgia Aquarium. Faces pressed against the glass, eyes wide, fully present. A jellyfish pulsed, and they were captivated. A fish darted, and it was enough. My kids weren't analyzing. My kids weren't skeptical. They were amazed. And I realized they were seeing more than I was. Jesus said in Matthew 18:3, "Unless you turn and become like little children." Why? Because children still know how to wonder. They don't need something to be new, to be amazed. They just need to be present. Somewhere along the way, we have traded wonder for explanation, presence for distraction, all for familiarity. We've trained ourselves to say, I've seen that before, instead of, wow, that's incredible. But creation was never meant to be content. It's revelation. The same God who designed galaxies designed the depths of the ocean, designed the light hitting the trees at sunset. Think about that for a moment. The way back to all is not more information, it's attention. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Stillness is where all returns. Stay at the sunset a little longer. Sit in the woods without rushing. Watch your kids and let their wonder teach you. Look at the world, not to explain it, but to receive it. I'm sitting on my front porch, listening to the birds, looking at the sunrise. Awe is not found in new things. It's found in a renewed heart. This isn't just about appreciating beauty. It's about recovering a posture before God. Because when awe returns, worship comes alive. Gratitude deepens. The gospel feels weighty again. You realize again, God is not ordinary. We've just become cynical. So here's the question. Do you still have that sense of wonder that leads to worship? Or have you allowed this world to make you cynical? That's the question, and that's the thought I want us to think about today. Have a blessed Tuesday.